What's up, everybody? So today we are back in the garage with Spencer, and he's got his truck. Now in the last video we had mentioned that we wanted to finish off the leveling kit of this truck. We had done the front, just the torsion bars, raised it up a little higher than what we anticipated and what we wanted. And now you got some new shackles. We're gonna throw in the rear, hopefully raise it up 2 inches. And I guess the kit you got right here.
Yep.
These are the shackles that we will be using, as well as some new shocks, just because we replaced the shocks in the previous video on the front, and might as well do them all just because we have them. But yeah, here are the shackles. What'd you say these are? Fat Bob's Garage or something?
Fat Bob's Garage is the website that I bought it on, but just standard shackles. I think they were 60 bucks. In hindsight, we should have got the torsion keys and the shackles in the kit because that would have been cheaper, but we didn't know. We weren't planning on raising the back end.
No, we had no idea that it was going to raise up just the front, and we thought it was going to level it out. So this is what we got. And the one nice thing about this kit, as you can see here, it does come with like greasers, so these bushings and stuff on the inside here won't wear out. You can just keep re-greasing them. And this is, what is this, like a 1 inch or a 2 inch? It's got 2 holes.
It's supposed to be 2. The highest one is supposed to be 2, it says. And then yeah, and the reason why we got shocks too is because we're gonna have to take off the bottom shock, the stock one anyway, so we might as well put on new ones. So
sweet. So I guess let's go ahead and get into this, do the usual routine, get this thing jacked up, wheels and tires off. Okay, so we went ahead, got our jack stand set up here. We're gonna put them up against the frame just because we have to have the rear suspension completely unloaded. So once we lower the jack back here, we can go ahead, it'll lower it down, land on top of this on the frame, and then that'll support it so we can go ahead and have no tension or pressure on the springs themselves. Okay, so now we got the wheels and tires off. We're gonna go ahead and move in here. The first thing that we need to do is take this shock out, or just take it off. Sorry, it's kind of loud outside, there's people working, but we're gonna go ahead, this bolt down here, take that off. If you guys can see that. Take that guy out. That should lower it down more, relieve some more pressure. And then once that's out, we should be able to access the shackle here. It is a little tight back there, but I think if we take that top bolt out, it should slide out and the shackle should be able to drop down. Then we can take the lower one out, because it looks like the bolt on the inside slides that way and the bolt on the top slides outward. Okay, so you guys can see there we got the bottom shock out. That was pretty easy to get out, and now we got this shackle bolt out. We took the top one out. It was a bit of a struggle to get out of there, but we managed to get it out. It was a, what we say, a 21 millimeter bolt.
Yep.
There's a little tab on the backside that locks the nut in on the inside here. Got it to thread out, and then the whole thing just dropped. So now all it's left to do is go ahead and pull the bolt out that's down here. And once that's out, we're gonna place the shackle and put it back and then move on to the other side. We're having a little bit of trouble with this one. It's kind of seized up in there. So what we're gonna do is just take the Sawzall and cut them off just to get the shackle off, and then we have more room and more access to get to the head of the bolt from the inside, and we can just hammer it out with like a punch. But yeah, that seems to be our little dilemma right now. So we'll go ahead and get that out and bring you guys back. Hey, don't touch that, that's gonna be hot.
yeah, it is.
I can see it smoking over there.
So I wonder if we can punch her out now. So now the shackle is more off.
Yep. You can see it was like kind of twisted.
Yeah. We thought the bolt was bent, so
yeah,
that's kind of why we gave up pretty quick when we were hammering it.
Yeah, it wasn't moving or budging, so cutting it out is the best option. We'll just cut off the other side now, and then it should be done.
One eternity later.
We've been at this for quite some time now. We've been messing with this. The hardest part we had so far was the bushings. Ideally, what the main goal was just to get the bolt pressed out. But you guys can see here, the sleeve and the bolt head ended up just sticking as one. So we ended up pressing them out, and that sucked. What would you say? That's been a good 3 to 4 hour.
3 to 4 hours, and then
it wasn't necessarily us pressing them out. Yeah. It was mostly the bushings that we had gotten. We'd gotten replacement ones from O'Reilly's, and they were supposed to be the same as these. They didn't work out. We pressed them in, and it just blew out, didn't work. So the current upgrade we have are energy suspension polyurethane bushings. So we're gonna replace it with these. It comes with the new sleeves, the new bushings, everything. I think they'll be a lot better.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I hope.
After dealing with all this stuff, hopefully this doesn't take too much longer to finish up.
Yeah, these will slide in, so that's huge. We won't need to press them in.
Yep.
Maybe that's not a good thing that they just slide in, but
I think they'll be fine.
They'll be fine. And then get these back on. It might be a little tough to put these into where they're mounted because it's a little
Squeezed.
Yep. So that's the only thing in my head right now, and then also new shocks.
Yep,
which
we haven't done that yet, and we haven't messed with the bolts on those aside from the bottom ones, and those ones came off pretty easily so far. Don't know about the top ones, don't really want those to snap, so we're not even gonna say it. We're just gonna go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and finish this up, put our bushings in, and get the rear shackles put on and get this lift kit done. So you guys can see here, we got the new shackle on. Spencer's starting to tighten it up. You just gotta make sure we don't over tighten it because we gotta tighten it once it's fully loaded. Yeah. So he'll just snug that up, then we'll move the bracket.
That's probably good right there.
Yeah, we'll move the bracket, mount it up here in the top section, and then we'll add the, we'll load the suspension back up. Oh yeah, it'll be good. We'll load the suspension back up, and then we'll go ahead and tighten everything down and have it be done. Aside from the shock, we still gotta do that. All right, so Spencer just got the old shock out compared to the new one. You guys can see here, this one's pretty blown out and just nasty. This will be a huge improvement, so we'll go ahead and have Spencer put it back in.
It wasn't too bad. It came out, it was rusted, but like usually when it's rusted, we gotta pull out the breaker bar, so
yeah.
It wasn't too bad.
So we just managed to get the shackles all put on. They are good to go now. All it's left to do is go ahead, put the wheels and tires back on, and put some weight back onto this, because you don't want to tighten these down until they are all settled in, just because that'd be some unsprung weight that you don't want to have. So we'll go ahead, like I said, tighten this down once the wheels are on. But other than that, we should be good. We got the shocks are in on this side. Spencer got the shock over there on that side as well, and the shackle in. So we are good. All it's left to do, like I said, wheels and tires, and we'll see how this thing looks. All right, so we just finally got the truck done. Woo! It looks sick. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. We'll show you guys. It's all leveled up now. We'll go ahead, we'll take a tape measure it up just to show you guys. Spencer wrote down the stock numbers that were the back, and then what the front was with the lift kit, and just kind of show you guys what we gained with our suspension lift. Now we ended up going with the shackles at the 2-inch mark, so technically it should be 2 inches, but we'll find out for sure. I mean, just judging by the way this thing looks currently, I'm pretty happy with it. I think it looks pretty level, pretty even compared to the front with the back. So yeah, that was definitely a little bit of a struggle.
It took all day, so make sure you plan your whole day if you're doing this yourself.
You're gonna need a lot of tools. It'd definitely help if we had some air tools, because I mean, I have a compressor, I just don't have the space for it, but having the air tools would come in handy, like an air chisel and all that stuff, air hammer, would be sick, just getting those bushings out and everything. But yeah, we got it all done. Everything is all torqued down. I don't know if you guys can really see it back there or not.
You can see it from there.
Yep, you guys can see the shackle there. That was the Fat Bob kit, which seemed to do pretty good. Works out. Works. And as far as bushings and stuff go, we were going to use the factory ones that they had given us at O'Reilly's, but after using the energy suspension ones, way better. Way smoother, easier process. Way easier to put on. Much better. So if you guys ever want to do this lift and need to use any kind of bushings or whatever, definitely go with the energy suspension ones. I'll be sure to link some of the stuff that we used down in the description of the video, but let's go ahead and measure this and see what kind of ride height we gained. All right, as far as the rear goes, what was the initial height, Spencer?
From the hub was 20.25, so let's measure. Started at 20.25.
So we'll go right there. We are about 22.25 right there.
Okay.
So that is exactly 2 inches.
And then we were 5.25 from the tire.
I'm just trying to measure it roughly with my hand. Yeah, 7.25. So yeah, we're perfect on the money right there.
Absolutely.
Now as far as the front goes,
maybe it's gonna squat a little more as time goes on.
What we measure?
But it was 7 from the tire.
Looks like it's still right at 7.
So
we are
level.
Equal. It's level.
If anything, we have another quarter right here compared to there, but
yeah, and it will still settle. You gotta drive this around a little bit. There's still a lot of the spring's been messed with and stuff, and it's got the new shocks on it, so once he does drive around and gets to settle down, it should be perfect as far as ride height goes. But yeah, I think it's awesome. I'm happy with it. We'll get some daytime shots and everything for you guys.
Got to see it in the day for sure.
Yes, absolutely. So I guess we'll see you whenever you want to do some more stuff on the channel.
Possibly headlights, something else.
Yes, sir. So yeah, hope you guys liked this video. If you guys did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. see if this thing's gonna make it up our nice little incline here. It looks so tiny on camera though. Ooh. You got this. Yeah.